Welcome to the Yellow Trumpet. I'm Chituga, and today our topic shall be the choices we make. By that, I mean that in life, most humans, majority of us humans, have the option to choose what to do and what not to do in every aspect of our lives. And in making this choice, we are supposedly, or we are expected to be rational, but that is hardly the case. For instance, kindness is touted in society as a virtue, as an important aspect of our lives. Yet, you may find that in order to preserve your social status amongst your peers, you will discriminate against one who is in what you might regard a lower social class than yourself. Hardly a rational decision. You might choose to represent your people in order to protect their interests. In order to protect their interests. However, that isn't necessarily the case. As we've come to see in our situation in Nigeria, where most of our elected representatives begin to, I would use the word discriminate against the electorate that put them in office, because they feel they have access to economic and political power and do not require the and will not require anything from any poor electorate, regardless of what he may have done for him. This behavior extends not only to the electorate, but even those close to them. Even those close to them. You find that in life, what you are determined to do is what you will be driven to do. If you make a decision based on other people's assertion without conviction, then your results, without consistency, without the effort, your results will be lackluster. You will not get the excellence that you may require in your life. The decisions we make, we claim to be rational, but in reality, we act on impulse and then rationalize our decisions. If you are honest with yourself at the point of defending your misdeed, or let's say perhaps there is a quarrel amongst two persons, and from observation both parties are wrong, who do you think will agree is wrong? Neither. Why? Because each party seeks to justify its irrational behavior by making up reasons, no matter how far-fetched, as long as it supports their case. And after making those reasons, they look around the crowd to see who has bought their opinion or position, to see if they have support. Sometimes this support will come depending on how influential they are. But all that is not the point. The point is that the decisions we make influences what happens to us tomorrow, or the events we experience, or how we react to events in future. And there is one decision, I have mentioned it before, but it is all too important and it can never be overstated. It is the decision to know yourself, not just as a Nigerian. What does that mean, to know yourself as a Nigerian? Nigeria is a mix of so many different people with very obvious distinctions, things that mark us apart. So what does it mean to be a Nigerian? Oh, you did not decide to be Nigerian, did you? No. I'm just asking what it means to be a Nigerian. Do you know yourself? That is the real decision. The decision to know yourself, to ask important questions, what it means to be a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the decision to not rely on public complaints or the way people nag in public as an answer to that question, the decision to not join the crowd, to do what the crowd does. I am not saying discriminate, but against anybody, but it is a form of discrimination based on the choices you make. To either complain, oh, lights don't go, you complain, fuel no day, you complain. Governor do this, you complain. President do that, you complain. Have you any solution? Well, it may be beyond you. You may say, it's far from me. I have no say in the matter. But you do. You do. With your votes, with your attitude as a Nigerian. It's hard to ignore a person who is grounded in themselves. It's difficult to ignore such a person. If you present yourself, if you decide to become a money-begging political enthusiast, you will be treated as a beggar. You will be granted peanuts. You will be treated as a beggar. And you may lose your regard and all the respect that you may have accumulated over time. You may seek validation. You may decide to seek validation, and you may find people who may encourage you, validate you, perhaps for a price. But the question is, do you know yourself? So your heart is beating. Who's beating it? So your lungs are breathing. Who's pumping the air? Well, if you calm down to observe yourself, you will find the answer is you. You may be unconscious of this movement of your internal organs, but ultimately, it is you and no one else who is responsible for this. Hard pill to swallow. How am I responsible for my breath when sometimes I don't even know that I am breathing? It's simple. Your consciousness is constricted. It has to be expanded. Until you expand your consciousness, you will function on autopilot. By autopilot, I mean automatic response based on your compulsive impulses. It's not a good thing, good place to be. It's not where you want, it's not how you want to live your life. To be a slave to your own urgings, anything you find attractive, anything you decide is worth having, becomes your new master until you obtain it and then realize that there is nothing to it. By knowing yourself, I'm not asking you to go through the depths of pages. I'm not asking you to consult your physician, your pastor, your dibia, or prophet, or imam. That's not what I have asked. To know yourself, I have asked this simple thing. Take your time for 5 to 15 minutes a day. You could do more, but I would not encourage you. In fact, what I would state is you are better off with this practice having done 5 minutes a day consistently for the next 1 year than practicing for 3 hours in 1 day and never returning. What is the practice? The practice is to sit on the base of your spine with your buttocks completely relaxed. It is a choice. You may or may not make this choice. So you sit on the base of your spine with your buttocks completely relaxed. It may not relax immediately based on old habits, but if you sit long enough, consistently enough, I said 5 to 15 minutes, results are based on hours of practice. 5 to 15 minutes, you sit at the base of your spine, and then you breathe in, you pause, you exhale, you pause, you inhale, you follow your own rhythm. I'd say 5 to 15 minutes. As time goes on, you may gradually increase or sustain the minutes you spend. As long as you keep up with this practice, you will find that health issues diminish. When I say health issues, I mean mental health issues and anxious issues that stem from an anxious state of being, and there are loads of them, are diminished, at least in your eyes. That sense of self grounds the decisions you make. You are not moved about by the wind. You are not pulled about by whatever trend is popular at the moment. Whatever is trending, you are not. You start by making this simple decision to ground yourself in the knowledge, to be grounded in the knowledge of yourself, and you will find that life becomes a breeze. You will still be confronted with the challenges you had yesterday. It doesn't magically disappear, but you are equipped with the ability to consciously tackle the issue. This is the Yellow Trumpet. I am Chituga. Take care.